Okay. Don't need to be all up in my face too much. Go live. Nope. Checking the internet. Maybe this one. Oh, now suddenly I'm live. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm just texting my husband and saying I can't go live. The internet's out, and and then all of a sudden, boop! It said you're live. So that happens a lot, but this was very, very interesting. So anyway, yay! Here we are, Akasha from nanakasha.com. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Brittany. So what we're going to do today is different. We had planned a different show, but we're going to do that tomorrow because everybody has their flow. So perfect timing. I know one of my students says, "Oh, that's perfect timing," and I'm not even sure I know why. Other than it's always the perfect timing, right? So if that's your belief, then it is. And then you look around in the present moment and you act as that everyday priestess. You become the wise one and you reclaim your intuitive senses and powers. So welcome, everybody. One of the most exciting things is that we are leaving in less than a week, Chris and I, to go to England. And our retreat doesn't start till the 1st of September, and we've got a few spots left. So if you feel like jumping in, this is the time. Now, I'm doing shows about the eclipses that are coming up while we will be there on this retreat. Super powerful lunar eclipse at just a critical degree. Okay. So I just did a whole show about it. 15 degrees. This means you're going to be in the middle of something. Then there's something else happening over it. The new moon is creating an arch. And of course, all the sacred things we're doing, the places we're going. And there is really no time anymore to wait. It used to be, oh, I'll do that next year. And honestly, between now and next year, it's all God. You're not even going to be the same person tomorrow. So who knows what will be happening next year. And so if you feel called to something, this or anything else, okay, what I want to make clear is I'm not selling you anything. I'm offering you an opportunity. If it resonates with your soul, if it's what you thought you needed, if something comes up and keeps, right, Susan? Hi. Like Susan was there last year and it was like Merlin. Okay, I'm going to go, You get your own signs. That's being a priestess. That's walking every day, allowing the intuition, the intuitive powers. And those are senses with we talk about 360 senses. The Maya talked about 20 senses. The mundane muggle crazies talk about 5 senses, So the thing is that you're a kaleidoscope and you are programmed already with templates. You have wisdom, you have cellular memory, you have DNA codes, you have encoded in every layer of your light body, which is a lot of light structures. If you imagine them as a house with another house, with another house, with another house, with another house, each one of those structures around you holds its own reality, its own world, its own structure of light that might be like a mindset embedded in your mind. Or it might be something in your cells that is making you sick because you said, oh, I'm never well, I'm always sick, or my mother had this disease, so I'm going to get this disease. You literally have programmed your reality with your words and your beliefs. There is no way around that. And as sometimes challenging as it might seem, you might perceive it. It is not hard. You perceive it. Becoming an everyday priestess means that you no longer walk and let the mundane world determine who you are and what you think. You don't go problem. You're standing here because you are body, the words, the mouth, the tongue, embodiment of or source or the infinite, however you want to relate to it. So what we're going to talk about today is the rise of the everyday priestess, because that is you and that is me. If you want to come be a groovy priestess with all the things I do, bing bong bang, go to. If you want to do a little bit of it for personal, but your life is not in this realm, you're still this everyday priestess. You could be a nurse, a doctor, a banker. You could be a my screen suddenly goes blank. So I was having internet problems getting on. So hopefully this is working. And so hi Cheryl, hi Lisa, oh my gosh, hi Brittany. And I said hi to Brittany, Cheryl, you were the one that said perfect timing. Maybe that was for you, right? So I'm excited. And we are going to England, and I'm doing a ceremony on Sunday. So if you don't have to be as committed, dedicated, immersed, infused in your life as I am, but I have, over the many decades since I had my big first breakdown and deconstruction of life, then that leads you on your spiritual path. That's what I've always called it. I didn't know what spiritual meant at the time. I had no clue what I didn't even meditate. I didn't know nothing. Okay, this is like 40 years ago. Okay, there wasn't an internet or anything. So now there's too much information. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody says, oh, that person's nice and this person's nice. And oh, this showed up on my stream. So that means spirit wants me to talk to it. Hold on. The priestess does not think everything is for her. She decides. When you step into your own inner wise one, you realize you're here. You're not only radiating through what you believe about yourself, what you say. Oh my God, watch your words. Chanting beautiful sounds can change your vibration, can heal a disease, can manifest something, can open a portal. What do you think your words do? Even more powerful. So this is the magic, the mystery schools that we're waking up to. And everything I teach is about coming back, whether it's wishes fulfilled or intuition awakening, whatever we're doing, these retreats, we're working with the stones and the goddesses and the ancients and the dirt and the earth energies and the cosmic and the energies, because that's what a priestess is. That's what somebody who says, I'm here, I'm sacred, I'm on a purpose. Now, you don't, again, like I said, I'm going to tell you things I do. I'm going to tell you things you can do. Don't get overwhelmed, okay? Don't get a big to-do list. Just be like, that's interesting. Oh, I could incorporate that. Oh, you know what? That's going to be the one that I'm going to be committed to, because it's in the process of doing it and stepping into it a little bit, a lot, one day, a week later, another day, 3 days in a row, whatever it is. But be committed, because you committing to your spiritual path, you deciding you're going to become a self-realized what? What is your term? So when I was at my favorite pyramid, doing ceremony, I think I've done 6, 7 ceremonies, sunrise ceremonies there, the fire and everything, and very profound. Okay, this is like high priestess stuff on steroids, okay? Because I'm a shaman and I'm a priestess and I'm a spiritual teacher, and I've been those things in oracles in other lives, and I've connected to those other lives. That means now the network within me isn't just there like, yeah, I have another life, but I've connected to them. I've opened the channel. I have their cell phone. Now, if suddenly I need information and I'm here channeling a message, I'm being that sacred vessel for you. You're being a sacred vessel every day of your life. Every word that comes out of your mouth, you're creating your reality. You're choosing. I agree with that. I don't agree with that. I was interviewing somebody recently, and they were saying some things that I didn't agree with, not like the concept, but the way they were saying them. So if you're one of my students, we really watch our words, not just to be annoying. Yeah, don't say but, okay? Because that did get annoying after a while. Use your words, because they are containers of power, and you get to choose what you put into that container. The word is a spell. It's a program, it's an order form, it's an order, it's whatever you want to call it, but those words go out. Now, if you just say, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, and you have no emotion towards the feeling of what that would be like, and you're feeling poor and you're feeling desperate, but you think if you say I'm rich 200 times, as a wise woman, as a wise man, okay, the word is calling and it's a container and I'm stepping into the container, but now I have another job. So the word has to be monitored, curated, and then used, because this is like a wand. This is like a bullet. This is going out. Are you killing people? Are you creating more war? Are you raising the frequency? Are you healing yourself? Are you making your mom more sick? I'm not saying you cause all that, but your decision to say, oh, I agree with that. So I'm trying to think of how this person I was interviewing said, they said, well, like it's going to be really difficult for everyone. And my immediate response in my head was, not on my planet, not in my reality. I don't agree with that at all. I don't care what you tell me. This avalanche is happening. This star is blowing up. This whatever. I refuse to agree with that story. I will not be a part of creating a world of fear, a world of pain and hate and cruelty and control. I will not be a part of it. I will not watch the stories. I will not talk about the stories. I will not give it my time. I will not give it my attention. I do not need to know about it unless I want to create more of it. That's taking your power back. You talk about taking your power back. You talk about taking your voice back. Think about every layer of where you are agreeing to what is happening on the world stage, or in your family, or in a relationship, or in your bank, or with your self-worth. What is it? Well, if you want to become an everyday priestess, you're going to wake up, because we're not meant to. We can go on goddess retreats and take out sabbaticals and all these wonderful things. And I go to these ceremonies on the pyramid, and I'm going again on Sunday. I'm leaving on Tuesday, but I'm going at 2 a.m. on Sunday, and I'm going to drive over there, and I'm going to be there from 3 a.m. And I'm doing a ceremony for my trip, because I don't want to go on a trip, not just because I want safety and travel guides on my plane. Yes. So this is what I'm talking about. Draw your spirituality, draw your concepts, draw your learning, ask for more lives to come in now to help you. If you're planning a trip, it's not just about booking a ticket. It's about, what are the energies of that day? How can you make it easier for you? How can you see that you flow in harmony and everyone appears along that path, no matter where you are? You're going through a plane. Are you projecting? It's going to be a sucky thing, and there's going to be a long line at security. Oh, I hate travel. It's really hard. That was the other thing somebody said recently. They go, well, travel is very hard these days. And again, my mind went, not on my planet. I plan it. I prepare energetically, spiritually, and in the physical world, because I have to take my husband, who has certain limitations after his seizure or Kundalini awakening. We move slowly. We drive the 5 hours to Cancun, and we stay overnight at the hotel. Then we have the whole day, and we paid to stay extra in the room. I don't mind paying $20 an hour. I'm not going to bitch about that. I'm super excited I have that, and I'm willing to spend it, because it is taking care of me. And I know the universe is going to refill that money, because taking care of me is what the universe agreed to do when I agreed to fulfill my purpose. So have we been always fulfilling our purpose? Of course. Why have we experienced lack and abuse and loss and failure? Many reasons, okay? Lots and lots of reasons. So that's the fun about what I do, is I get to travel through time and space into your different lives, into different archetypes, into different places. Being a prophet which is what you are deciding what your life is going to be through your words, through your energy, through your emotion, through your intention. You've got to get control of yourself. You've got to do it. We've been taught to play the victim. We've been taught to be weak. We've been taught to let everyone else decide. I don't know, God's the authority, and the church is the authority, and my dad's the authority, and the teacher's the authority, and my husband's the authority, and my children are the authority, and whatever, right? So yes, we live in a physical world. Don't go, oh, but what about the physical world? Stop fighting for your limitations. Stop saying, but I only make $1,500 a month. How can I go on a retreat? I don't even understand that question. I'll be honest with you. I understand why someone's asking it. And I have asked that before, but I live in a dimension that is like everything is here. What? Why would you say, why are you talking about a place and then giving it a limit and saying that's the only place money comes from? And this is only enough. That's finite thinking. Get my money magic workshop. It's still only $3 or whatever you want to donate. Thank you so much. And the feedback we're getting is it turned into a 3-hour workshop. So, use it, because it's epically transforming the way you think, relate, and see and understand energy. That's what it is to become a wise person. You have to remember you chose to be here. The Maya are called Maya. It is a state of consciousness. And when they came here, Itzamna, which is the pyramid I will be on doing my ceremony for preparing for my trip, is the pyramid. I lost my track right there. Okay, I'm going to come back to center. Decide the money will come as you align. Exactly. Write it on your calendar. Oh, I'm paying this bill. I'm making my payment to Nan for the retreat. I'm making my payment to, the caterer for what we're doing, that, and put it on your calendar. And then don't fill it full of doubt and fear and oh my God, here it comes. Finite. That's what we were talking about, right? Finite, the whole idea. So we talk about that in that class, okay? If you say, I have this much money, and when I go through it, let's say you retired or you left your job and you have a nice savings, and you're like, okay, I can live so long on that money. Why would you say that? That's what you were taught. Stop it. Don't use your words against yourself. The priestess does not use her words against herself. This is part of the training, but we all need some training because our spiritual gifts awaken in different ways at different times. And then we have breakdowns and we have sheddings and we have metamorphoses, and this falls out of our life. And this is trying to guide us to something, but we keep hanging on to that. Like your house keeps trying to go into foreclosure and you keep saving it, and you should be letting go of it because the spirit is like, over here, we have this way better life for you over here. Trusting the flow. You've got to let go. Everything is here. I promise you, it is not a fantasy. I'm not making it up. I've been living this shit a long time. I've gone through ups and downs and ins and outs and money and no money at all. And I'm a piece of shit and I'm wonderful and everything in between. So that's what we're here for. We are divine in a body and we are Maya. Maya, oh, that's what we were saying. Maya came here and they said, what's the name of this land? The Yucatan Peninsula, all the way down there to Guatemala and Honduras. And they said, this is Mayab. And Mayab means the land of the chosen ones, the land of the few, the land of the chosen ones. And you could interpret that you have to be born here. You have to look Mayan, you have to have a certain color skin. You have a certain lineage or DNA. You can limit yourself any way you want. However, I know I'm Mayan, and I knew from very short time after coming here, I've been here before for some trips, but never thought about it. So once that heart, what I call it, the blue heart of truth, of the Mayan wisdom. I've studied a lot of cultures around the world, and this one is the one that for me just goes to the deepest level of my heart. But I love that I was a priestess of Athena. And I remember my first memory that I remember in this life was being an oracle at Delphi and in other sanctuaries around Greece in Hellenistic times and other times for Athena. So there were sanctuaries to Athena, many places, not just Delphi. There were the time of the oracle then is coming back. And the reason is that the oracle was respected. It was only a woman. You went there, whether you were a warmonger or a peasant, you brought a chicken or a statue or a pile of gold, but it became one of the wealthiest places in the world, one of the most revered sacred feminine intuitives ever. And it was a series of different people over the many years. And if you remember, or you were in the school, you went very young and you were raised there at the sanctuary, which is just below the Oracle Temple. And you were raised as a priestess. You were raised with purifying, with communing with nature, with remembering your intuitive powers and gaining these different skills. And then your unique skills also showed up. So it was like if Brittany and I were both there together, we, yep. And we would be like, oh, okay, well, Brittany, you've both learned this curriculum, you've learned these different skills. But Brittany, you really have this affinity for balance. You see the balance within it, or you can see through the dark to this aspect. Let's develop that with your skills. And they would look at me and say, you seem to naturally, right, have more of these kinds of skills. So this is what you have to do for yourself. Don't chase something and say, I wish I had that, other than it being an inspiration for something you didn't know you could do. If I hadn't joined groups and heard other people sharing what they experienced after an activation or a meditation, I wouldn't really have understood what's possible, because I was not having visions. I was not having visitations with Mother Mary or anyone else. And I was just feeling completely lost and completely frustrated. This was a long time ago, in the denser energies. Things move very quickly now. It doesn't mean that you don't have to walk into your darkness, but remember, everything. If you feel like you're down a dark hole, the priestess knows she always has the tool in her hand. She has the dial for the light switch. She can turn the light up. She can go from 0 to 100. She can go from lack to abundance. She can go from fear to neutrality, right? She doesn't have to go all the way up to love and juiciness. She can go to whatever state in that moment is optimal. Okay, there's a big breakdown happening around me. The kids are freaking out. Somebody just crashed over there. I'm here in the center of it. I'm not buying into anybody's story. I'm here in the center of it. I'm in the eternal now. What are the skills? What are the lives? What are the powers that I have? What are the wisdom? Opening the intuitive channels first and allowing the body to respond or react through those channels. You have to train that to happen, because if it's in a drama moment, if it's in a sudden moment, if you're in a situation where somebody asks you something and you can't always say, I don't know, let me think about that. But I'm saying, like, if you want to be able to respond, you have to practice that before. You have to tell yourself, let's practice how I would respond if I was an everyday priestess. If I walked in my life serene, calm, centered, present in my body, every step intentional, knowing light's coming from me into the earth and from the earth into me, from the walls, from everything around me is emanating a medicine and an energy. I don't have to talk to all of them. I don't have to notice all of them. I don't have to be overwhelmed with 5,000 phone calls from all of these energies. I tune in to what I want. I say hello to the sun. I say hello to the ocean. I say hello to the moon. I decide along the path what I am speaking into the path, because it is my reality. And whether that shows up today, tomorrow, in 3 years, we are living in a path mostly designed from the past. Your path of life, where you are, what you're doing, the beliefs you had, they created where you are. They created what you believed was possible. And now you're going to open up to something completely different. This is happening all around us. This is why the Everyday Priestess came to me and said, people have to realize that if they do not raise their sacred feminine, if they don't resurrect their intuitive bodies, if they don't come back online with their telepathic network, your telepathic network or system is so vital and misunderstood. It's a little bit like how they used to say you had junk DNA. Could you even imagine calling any part of your DNA junk? Because the ignorant person looking at something that can't understand it, see it, vibrate with it, or couldn't even conceive of a people who lived in equality, love, peace, knowing they're divine, knowing that chosen, knowing that they chose to be here. That's why you're a Maya. I'm a Maya, because we chose to be here and chose to wake up now. So this is the next step. You train yourself back onto the path of a priestess. And when you come in, that sense that something is finite, that your money's going to run out, it just doesn't exist. You just see the current money in your container, in your bank account or something, or in your savings account, or on your credit card, or what's available to you, or what's coming in through your paycheck, or whatever you know that you trust. You see that, but it isn't the only place. And you see that, and it isn't going to stay static. Nothing stays static. And when you pay out of it, if you feel fear that it's draining and that you're getting lower and that you're going to hit the bottom and bad things are going to happen, They are, because that's what you're thinking, feeling, and projecting. You have to grab that part of you that projects any negativity. Don't drain your account. See it filling in, raising up, going out, raising up, going up. Okay. Create a different reality, create a different belief. But you, in order to truly walk with your purpose and allow these intuitive powers to speak through you, you have to strengthen your body. And I mean your intuitive body, your light body, your spiritual practice. One of the things that I'm going to be doing a show on is the new moon in August is connected to the new moon in September, which is the solar eclipse. And it goes from 0 to 29 degrees in that 1 month, those 2 new moons in Virgo. So if you are aware that those are 2 critical degrees, that's going from the beginning to the end. There's a whole journey happening there. And what does Virgo want? Well, then we're going to be in Pisces, and we're going to be in the Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. And that's when we're going to be together. So make sure you come and be with us in England. And that means that your intuition, Pisces is dissolving and it's intuitive and it doesn't want any boundaries and it connects and it's able to receive and blurs the ideas of separation and judgment and all the things we don't want in the world. If you don't want it, don't talk about it. If you don't want it, don't recognize it. If you don't want it, don't go talk about a person doing it. Say thank you and unplug and come over here and give your energy to something else. It will grow. It will thrive. Everything else will die, just like a plant that you ignore. So now when this happens, you are having a journey. A new moon to a new moon is a seed planting, or a womb to a seed planting. In the middle of it, a lunar eclipse and full moon and a high moon. Wow, wow, wow. All right. So as a priestess, you don't have to know, as what we're talking about, that everyday priestess, you don't have to know the moons if that's not your thing. However, I would pay attention to the full moon and the new moon just from the perspective that that is the fastest moving body. That is changing so fast that you only have like matter of weeks before you go from full to nothing. Okay, back to full again, 2 weeks. All right. It's our wishes, it's our wants, it's our sacred feminine energy. It's our ability to glow, to radiate whatever light we have been receiving. Are you receiving? You can't be on your spiritual path, declare yourself realized, and do it if you are not receiving the support of the universe. So if you're struggling and telling a story about poverty with people, nobody supporting you, not having help, not having enough energy, instead start telling the story you want, which is people are helpful. I get help from so many places. The kindness of people is amazing. I love arriving in every moment because there's been amazing, miraculous things have been arranged for me. Use your words as your wand and your power, because it is going to be where you put your energy. Then if you're going to this moon, you can start to think about, okay, Virgo wants daily routine and structure, and it's earth, but it's earth that you take in little bits, not like, earth, And so you go like, okay, could you merge your intuitive practice? Could you take your spiritual practice to a new level of daily routine? That could be a potential for you in this arch, because in this moment, this is the moment of shedding with the snake, re-empowering, a whole bunch of retrogrades, a whole bunch of other stuff happening, of course, right now, preparing for the year of the fire horse, which means we're just going to go so fast, and it's masculine energy. So what do you want to build next year? Build the spiritual foundation now. Just pay attention to the bigger things. What's coming next year as an overriding theme in Chinese astrology is a wonderful power. It's a tool that you could be just like, what is next year? Oh, okay, it's the fire horse and then the fire goat. Okay, you could know some basic things. You don't have to become a practitioner. And if you want to, go for it. You can do it for yourself. You could do it for understanding the energies better, right? So now, when you go through a situation, what are you feeling emotionally in this moment? If you understand the spiritual weather, you're going to get more insights into, oh, that's happening. So that gives me at least some context about what this energy is. If you feel like the other day was bizarre for me because I'm in a very focused, I'm moving forward. And I know that on Saturday, I start my full focus spiritual path. that is, then going to, England and all the logistics. And Sunday at 2 a.m., I'm going to be on a pyramid and I'm going to be between the worlds and I'm going to be chanting and doing fire and letting things go. And I'm letting all the elements speak to me and all the universe, and I don't have to control it because I show up and know what my energy is. So I take the resources available to me, and then I show up in the moment that opens a portal or a power. So even if you can't go to the top of a pyramid, and how many people can, okay? That's the reason I'm there all alone. Is you go into your yard, you go light your fire pit, you go for a walk, you drive an hour to the beach or to a forest. What can you do on these days or on a regular basis to reconnect to nature, to reconnect to that intuitive nature? Because every single day you've got to be speaking and nourishing your intuitive bodies, or you will be missing out on so many doors, so many opportunities that are lining your path right now. Everything you want is in every moment. So it's like you send an email and say, okay, I'm arriving tomorrow at 10 a.m. and I will be at this coffee shop. And I'm going to be worrying about the money and how to pay the bills and XYZ. And they're like, okay, no problem. We got you. And they line everything up to match that. Or I'm going to be there tomorrow at this coffee shop and it's going to be the most blissful experience. I might meet people. I might see something that inspires me. I'm going to enjoy my coffee. It's going to be so delicious. It's going to move into me. It's going to be medicine from my spirit, from my soul. And I'm going to be communicating with my higher self and there with my guides. And I wonder who will be there because we're going to be writing an article about, the rise of the Everyday Priestess. And, it's going to be magical. And what are you projecting? So a big part of this is that you don't use your power and your word against yourself. It's really important. You don't use these, and you do it now unknowingly, and you're starting to know. And then you go, oh, I'm using that against me. And then maybe you go through anger at yourself of why you were doing that, or blame, and that's all a waste of time. So get out of that as quickly as you can. And you just keep using tools and learning tools to deal with the next thing that's coming into your life, because that's why it's there. It's there to show you that you're carrying that pain or that fear. And then it's there to give you an opportunity to speak to it, to talk to it, to learn from it, to walk through it, and then turn that dial and walk right through the dark fear into the light, and turn that not through hard work and struggle and a lot of time and money, but literally alchemy, the alchemy of you speaking the words, you deciding, I walk with the divine. I'm on a sacred committed path. That means the universe has to support me. Then you stop thinking about that person, this thing over here, and this, and this as your source. And you open your heart up to the entire divine universe, because the infinite is my supply, and it finds whatever channel, human abundance channels, old rebates, somebody left me money. I don't care. Doesn't matter. Give the universe the right to bring you what it is you need and want for your next step. But maybe you don't need the money. So don't get hung up. I need the money. I did this for so long and it took me then a long time to figure out, oh, yes, I can ask for money. I can have money. Money is there. There's no limit in how much there is. But when I make it God, when I make it choose my decisions, when I make it block me from even investigating an opportunity, a priestess would never do that. You are present in the eternal now moment. That's where the doors to everything is. And who I am in the moment is the key that unlocks the door in that moment. And that means that if you arrive in a moment and you're distracted and you're angry and you haven't done your stuff and you're thinking this is bullshit, then now most of those prosperity doors we're talking about, they're not going to open. They're not going to be, oh, by the way, you're feeling like shit and projecting that everything is bad. Or what did that lady say? Like, it's going to be so hard. But wouldn't you like this nice thing to make it not hard? No, the universe has to. And you have to. You both have to agree and use these rules and these laws. And then the two of you flow. Then you remember your wisdom. So you're drawing from wisdom. You don't need to know everything. Draw from another time. Draw from another place. Talk to the crystal you're holding and it connects. Susan plays with these crystals in the most epic way. And it's not just how beautiful they are or that she respects them and understands that they're beings. It's not just that she designs them in these patterns and arrays and displays that you could go into and create vortexes and portals and healings and combine energies. They're like symphonies to me because they're singing, they're creating harmony, because crystals are stones that carry memory, and then they have their own medicine. But they're also tools that want to work with us and work for us. So we don't feel guilty asking for help. We know the help is there. So you can say you command it or you demand it. And then if you feel bad and you feel guilty because of your conditioning, you can say, oh, okay, well, I don't want to play that game. I don't feel bad. You have to come out of that shell. And for me, that's been many years in phases of coming out of my deep lack of self-worth, my deep belief that I'm unwanted and unworthy. And I would get through a phase and that would be great compared to before, but then I'd get to another phase. And now these phases are coming very quickly. Every month, every 2 months, you have a moon change and that changes. So will you see the results of your seeds in this exact next moon? Maybe, maybe not. Don't be attached to it. Let go of time. The time could happen the way it could happen. If you go into it and say, well, this is going to take a long time, then they're going to go, oh, she wants it to take a long time. Well, I know, but it's ready. It's right here. I was going to show her tomorrow. Her friend was going to mention this website and she was going to find it. No. She just said it's going to take a long time and it's going to be hard. How can we make it hard? I don't know. Stop that. Make her friend get sick. Do this other thing. You've got to get. There's no emotion. There's no personal judgment like we have, like I'm being punished or I'm being blessed or they're blessed and I'm not, or they're lucky and I'm not, or I'm not worthy. Those are all made up concepts that we agreed to, and you can unagree to them now. Now, give yourself then the time to rise out of that. How does it feel to rise out of that? I shared with you what I feel now, which is really profound because just energetically, it's the best way I can explain it. I walk on the beach for several hours every morning as the sun comes up, and I'm doing all different kinds of magic, communicating with the sun and the sunrise, the medicine, the earth, the waters, everything in the waters, and so on. I may have a topic, a theme. I always have certain things that I'm repeating to myself, that I'm infusing myself with, that I'm declaring, that I'm in deep gratitude. It's just going constant gratitude. I'm using my powers, that I'm in a body, but I'm divine. And in every moment I say, I want to embody that. I'm ready to embody that. I am embodying that. You take yourself from wanting, you don't have it, into having and being it, and then stay there. So even if it's 3 words walk you into it, or you just say, oh, okay, taking that one off, we're going to take this off, and now I'm going to step in and put on a new gown. And that gown is, it is done, it is here, I already have it. Now what's going on over there? Oh, okay, well, I have a future self there I could talk to. I love the feeling of that thing that I want because I'm free. What are you declaring for yourself? Are you constantly repeating what you want to declare for yourself? Well, if you understand that you're magic and you understand that your words, your voice, your hands, why would you be the conduit for the goddess? Why would you be the conduit for the divine? Why would you be given all this power? Why would you be given free will? Well, you get to choose. And you can't change anyone else. You have to change this within, and then they will change. When you are abundant, they will become abundant. When you are forgiven and you believe yourself as valuable, they will feel that too. You will see them as that too. You can't do it outside of you. Don't look in the mirror and ask it to change. And notice when you're doing it. Take your power back. Bring all your energy in here and say, whatever powers I have, whatever powers I'm connected to, whatever wisdom keeper I was in any life, in any time that's relevant, optimal in this moment for me, I now receive it. I call it, I conjure it, I connect to it. I welcome you. I welcome you. And then you open your heart in whatever way. My students know how we open our heart, and you create a channel, you create a flow. You expect, you accept, you allow, and you ask. But you ask from, this is my order. I want my vegetarian burrito with no bun, whatever, right? You have to declare it. Don't worry if you don't know all the details. Pick one thing. Let that come. Let that be the doorway. Stop getting caught up in needing to know and doing it wrong. That's all, again, a conversation. Every time you think, oh, I have more to do, I can't do it yet, you're putting delay. All right, that's again in the money class. Really got to get that one. So now, if you are embodying walking as the wise one, then you are saying, well, I am sourced, I am supported, I am walked beside me. You know, Mary Magdalene maybe is walking beside you. Maybe you feel Thoth or Gaia or Merlin or Athena walking behind you. Maybe you have nature spirits dancing at your feet. Maybe the golden portals are opening in front of you wherever you go. Maybe you're aware of some of these, maybe you're aware of none of these, but I can tell you, you're walking in a magical field that is responding to you. And if you're obsessed inside of you, like, oh no, what about this? What about this? Or this person, whatever, stop letting people question you, because that's you questioning yourself. Stop letting people doubt you, because that's you doubting yourself. Go within, declare clearly. How can you create a spell? If you want to, the best thing now is to think about cooking. If you've cooked, you know, if you don't follow the recipe, it could be pretty awful. And not only tasting, but maybe not the right consistency. So a cake goes from eggs and sugar and vanilla and flour, these individual liquid and powder and different elements. And then you put them together and you blend them in a certain way. That's part of it, right? And then you cook them in a certain way. And then it comes out in a certain way. Is it a flan? Is it a pudding? Is it a cake? Is it solid? Is it liquid? Is it, you know, what? So you follow the recipe of the divine laws. You remember the parts of you who know how to use those powers, and you keep saying, I'm connected, I'm clear. You step in, you're here at my fingertips. I know I can depend on you. I know I can call on you. Every moment in every day has a solution. There is never a moment that's the end of the world. There is never anything happening that is a punishment or bad. Everything is for you. Everything is for you. Everything is for you. Okay. Everything is for me. The divine is my supply. I don't need to think about how or why, because those people are going to show up. I stay focused right here into my divine body. I love my body. Oh my God. I love my body. I love my hands, my powers. I love this wisdom I'm accessing. I'm an amazing being. I am an amazing being. And every day I'm open to a new level of revelation of who I am. I'm so excited to connect with these parts of me and co-create a new world. I get to create. I get to create. I have the power. I am the spell. I am the one. I am the declarer. I now declare that money flows to me through my spiritual purpose in things I love to do, opportunities, friends, clients, health, solutions, delightful things, rewards, prizes, love, everything flows to me. And I receive, flows through me and around me. And I receive with the net of my divine knowing of what is optimal for me in every moment. There's no lack. It's a matter of choosing from the overwhelming abundance. What you need is here. What you want is here. That is the knowing you develop to become the priestess. Moment. Thank you. My throat got so dry there. They wanted to go, and I just shut. So that's my green smoothie. It's a little thick for just trying to, there we go. Wet your throat. So the essence is that the sacred feminine is rising, whether we know what that means or not. We haven't really seen anybody embody it. We don't know what a sacred masculine looks like either. We're waking up, we're coming out of an agreed upon experiment, and we're realizing that we've been programmed and conditioned, both our history, our culture, our family, and us personally on every level, what's right, what's wrong. And your sacred feminine is wrong, bad, erased, burned, ridiculed, disempowered, and so on. Now we're very, very blessed that even though it may not be the rest of your family that agrees with you, that it's time for you to develop your intuition and reconnect to this, or that there is such a thing as a sacred feminine. It doesn't matter. They don't have to come with you. They're going to be in your life. They don't have to be on this journey. You're unique. You're rare. You're here in a rare incarnation. because they're here because there's a big transformation going and their soul knows it. But if they haven't woken up to the more conscious path of walking this and then going, oh, what could I learn? What could I remember? What tools do I have to remember to make my life easier and more fun and get the most out of this moment? We're not going to keep in this speed forever. So take advantage of what do I want to do while things are breaking down and falling and changing fast, fast, fast. Well, get rid of all the limiting beliefs, get rid of all the fears. Stop agreeing to let people doubt you. I used to have this thing where people would show up and say, well, you know what, you should change that, or I think that's too expensive, or this. And I thought, why am I attracting these? I go through all this angst to decide my prices or whatever it was. It was a really long time ago in pet sitting. And then I started learning more about these laws. And one day I realized, okay, not the way I teach it now, that I didn't have that level of clarity, but I realized what I am saying, what I'm expecting is what I think right now is that I'm not good enough. And therefore everyone's going to doubt me and they're going to discover I'm not good enough. Okay. And so there's many versions of that. You might have had that or have that. That's okay. That's a pattern. Just jump into it, go into it. Woo, it's a doorway to bliss, bliss, bliss. And so, not avoiding it though. You can't avoid it. And so everything is leading you to reclaim a power, to release a limitation, to unlock a dungeon doors in your mind, your emotion, or your field. And it's not just you. You are wrapping up the patterns in your life. You're not going to date the same type of guy again and all these things. You're deciding to put yourself first. You're speaking up and saying, no, I really don't want to watch TV tonight. I'm not going to watch the news. I'm going to go for a walk. I'll be back later. You don't force yourself on anyone else, but you make it a priority that your energy is pristine and pure. Because why meditate? Why do sound healing? Why chant? Why write affirmations? Why do activations? Why learn how to be a tarot reader? Why do any of that if it's over there in a tiny compartment for a few minutes a day? Expand it to an hour, to 2 hours, to the morning and the after evening. Expand it to where your free time first gets allocated to your spiritual growth. Now that might be going swimming with your kids, right? Because there's a spiritual component to it, but there's not that you keep putting yourself aside for everyone else. That is not what a priestess does. Because once you make a commitment, and this is a commitment to yourself, we don't have to make a commitment to a guru anymore. We don't have to make a commitment to a dogma anymore. We don't have to make a commitment to a religion or to a patriarchal system of a bunch of dudes who don't even know what it's like to give birth to a child, or to know that they can. It's not, and this isn't against men. I'm just talking about like the systems. And then this was the mindset, and this is what happened. And it's not to blame anybody. Who cares? Don't blame anybody. It's just the biggest mud hole. It's the second lowest state. Get out, get out, get out. That'd be the first thing I would do if I wanted to reclaim my inner everyday priestess. Is make a huge transformation in your life, is declare, I no longer blame myself or anyone, circumstances, or anything outside of me. I am 100% the authority in my life. I reclaim my voice, my power, my heart. I reclaim the energy that comes through my mind, the visions that I have, the thoughts that I have. My inner voice and my outer voice are becoming coherent, so that I then radiate exactly what I want. Then I get pure answers. I get here. What's funny is you go like, okay, I'm ready for a business with a lot of clients, and therefore there'd be money, and all these things go together. And you ask for that, you see that, you put that into the field, you're moving towards it. Fine, no problem. There's no problem with any of that. But what do you think about it? Do you believe it's going to happen? Are you afraid? Are you carrying those things? They're going into it, they're infecting it, they're making it disease, they're making it flicker in and out, they're making it not hold the energies that you want it for. So make your future moment that you're going towards to be filled with the most quality possibilities, the most quality ingredients, mystical guides, beautiful connections. You meet somebody on the plane and you have a wonderful conversation and it fills you with delight, or you're able to give somebody some advice or tell them about, rescue remedy or something that really changes their life. Or you just feel like, you flowed through a place and you've overflowed with light and love while you're going through the airport, because you know that everywhere you go, you're leaving your energy. So are you being conscious about the energy that you're leaving? You starting to get it? When you make a commitment to your spiritual path, rather than, oh, wow, I have a spiritual path, or, oh, it's really cool, or it's fun, or I feel drawn to it. And I have clients who've gone from not knowing, to doing things in the middle of the night because their family is so against it, like we're going to take you out and burn you kind of against it, to, deciding I can't live without this. I can't go a day without this. Once you do, you don't ever want to do that. And then you create a way for your life. Doesn't have to be like mine, for this to flow through everything you do every day. Don't ask and departmentalize your day. Don't separate out from you. Okay. So that's the key. And I just want to check. Hi, Alice. I want to check and see what you guys are talking about. Oh, on the highest timeline, we are excited. I know we are. And the doors that are open to us now, it's not like, oh, you're going to miss out and then you can never have that again. You'll find another path there. But if it's available in that moment, I want to be at my highest, most optimal level. My frequency, my belief about myself and my thoughts and my words, okay, they create my overall frequency, my state. And then that frequency as a message is going out. And it is the key. It is the message. It is going ahead of me saying, I want this to be hard. I want this to be easy. This is going to be full of harmony. This is going to be amazing. The solutions are going to come, but not in the ego way that we do, is say, like, on this day, this is going to happen, and this is how it's going to happen, and this is where it's going to come from. Just thank all of your human abundance channels, all the different people who could be a channel from the energy of money or resources or help or connections or whatever else you need. It's going to come through people. It's going to come through other ways. And it's all coming from the divine. You aren't taking away from anyone else. A priestess knows that. She's completely tuned into the abundant field. She doesn't doubt the abundant field. She says, okay, I'm going to step in and I'm going to be an everyday priestess. I'm going to bring the divine into my life. I'm going to recognize, and this is men and women, that I have a sacred feminine and that side has been depleted and ignored. And even though I've revived it to a degree, it has never been welcomed. It's never been integrated. It's never been respected and revered. You have to do that. And then the commitment becomes very serious. So on the pyramid during a ceremony a month or so ago, one of the things that happened was I had been doing ceremony. I think it was the second day. So probably about 5-6 hours of ceremony. And the dimensions were very open. I'm very aware of the physical structure, but I think the inner pyramid had opened up. There were energies coming up from in there. There's water cave under there where dragon lives, and some and Ishmukane, heart of the mother, heart of the earth, and different energies. And then Itzamna, who's the energy for the pyramid that I go, and Kinich Kakmo, who is the Holy Spirit. This represented by a giant macaw, like a eagle or some kind of winged spirit. So that was happening. And then a spiritual teacher appeared in front of me and said, this is your initiation, in some whatever way, basically. Are you ready to make a commitment? And I'm like, well, yes, I'm here. Let's do it. What's next? And they said, you have to commit to be a self-realized spiritual teacher, followed by shaman and priestess. But it was like, well, yeah, I'm already doing that. Thank you. Like I'm teaching, I'm writing, I'm working with the energies every day. I'm improving myself. I'm not talking to you about anything that's like some theory. I do it. I embody it. I share it with you. I see your vision for you. We co-create together. I am creating a world of light and I'm living in it. And on my planet, none of that crap's happening. Blah, blah, blah. That's going on over there, and over there. So what's real is what you decide is real. And that's how powerful you are, but not because you're better than others and you have control over everyone else. You have to let go of hoarding, because money likes circulation. That means what else likes circulation? Everything in the divine world is abundant. It's circulating through you and to you every minute of every day. If that was programmed 24/7 to bring you exactly what's optimal for you in the optimal way from the optimal source in that moment, that's your expectation. You relax into it. You're not doubting it. You're not checking on it. You're acknowledging it. You're thanking it. You're feeling it, and you're walking in it. And you're going, okay, yeah, who's the expert on this particular situation? Thank you. Okay. And if you don't get the answer right away, you say, okay, it'll come through. Or you sit down and write, or you sit down and talk to a crystal, or you pull an oracle card, or you do a muscle testing or pendulum. This is what you do. Gather your alchemical and your spiritual and your divination tools. Everything is a form. And then clear yourself, clear your space. Okay, use simple tools, incense, today we're burning rosemary. Yesterday was a big old cinnamon stick there, you can see, and a lot of other things. So I'm speaking to them. Hi, Mark. And I'm speaking to them because I want to be in co-creation for what's optimal. Then I look up, what's the Mayan day sign today? What's the number? That's something that I'm learning, I'm embodying, and has become a vital part of me relating to the day. I don't want to walk through your house and not say hi to you. Well, if you're walking through this day, it has a day energy. Maybe you're into Western tropical astrology and you look up what is going on today. Oh, the moon is conjunct Uranus, and this is happening, and trining this other thing, and that means these energies. Okay, this is a day that's good for communication. This is a good day for me to stay home and write and not talk to other people. This is a good day for me to watch my anger. This is a good day for me to sign contracts. This is a bad day for me to sign contracts. This is what you're doing. You're not thinking you're separate from the world. You're walking in divine communion, all right? Communication. That's what's going to happen. And that communication is there to guide you. But here's the power. Here's the magic. It's going to speak to you and me completely differently if we're standing next to each other, talking. We're in the same space. We're having the same ceremony, whatever. It's all the same. But we're both going to pick up a different message. Why? Because of who I am being, who I believe I am. And of course, I'm here to be someone else with different lives and opinions and powers than you. That's a given. I'm talking about the fact that if in every moment you've been saying, oh, it's such a struggle to do this. Oh, nobody ever agrees with me. Oh, I'm always having to do everything myself. And then you're going, when is the ease going to be here? When is the support going to be here? I keep asking for it. Please bring me support. Please bring me help. Do you see how those two messages are canceling each other out? So your commitment when you go through a sacred school or a training or a mystery school is you go through phases. And here in the Maya land, they have temples and pyramids just everywhere. Thousands and thousands of them. And to work your way up to Chichen Itza, which we all know is the solar descent of the just most phenomenal structure, I think, ever built on the planet. I want to see one better than that. Because a lot of reasons, a lot of wisdom, a lot of like beyond belief wisdom in that, encoded in that. But you didn't just start your path to become a wise woman, a healer, a medicine woman, an architect, a star watcher, an astronomer, astrologer, a priest, a priestess, a ruler, whatever your role was in society. You didn't just go to the big temple. You started with the little temples. You started at the small universities. You went through the school the same way we do, but that was the school of the divine. That was teaching you how to use your powers, how to use your pathways of intuition. So one thing that we're doing this year, finally, is we're really literally reawakening the Sacred Feminine Cosmic University. This is a place, a location called Uxmal. It's about 2 hours from my house. And stunning and exquisite ancient site. We stay, and it's literally not inside of the government park now, but still on the land. There's ruins right next to us. We can see the temple of the seer or magician, or the moon. It's the temple of the moon. It's the sacred feminine. It is, it's known, actually, they say this as the Sacred Feminine University. Chichen Itza was the sacred masculine university, cosmic university. Mayapan, which is between the two, used to be my favorite. They don't open it anymore, was the blending where the two would meet. So the priestesses would meet with the priests, and that could be priestess or sacred person or whatever you want to call it. But that masculine, learning the masculine. Now, the other thing too is that the Maya learned from birth some level of priestess wisdom. You were trained, everyone, to a certain level of understanding. You are divine and you're human. You've got to know how to work with both. It wasn't anything like the culture I was raised in, and maybe you were raised in, that said, you don't have a purpose. We don't know what it is. Behave, do what we want, work hard, become a doctor if I'm a doctor, go to the military if I'm in the military, make me proud, don't do this, don't do that. I don't know very many people who were raised with a family that was like, what is your sole purpose and how can we support it? And yet that's what happened. So if you were like me, born to be a shaman, a sacred feminine jaguar, work with Ishmukane, heart of the earth specifically, then they would know that within a few days of your birth, and you would be supported in that. You would be expected to do that. You were not expected to go live a life you hated. You were not expected to be responsible, meaning give up your dreams, give up your powers, give up your voice, acquiesce to us, make it easy, don't upset people, go do jobs you hate, in the slaves, system, move it forward by living everyone else's lives. No, 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 no. If you want to be that power in your life, then now you step back in and say, I am the authority. I am the voice, and I am connecting back to these things. So because time is fluid, whether you know how to travel or not, you can call on those parts of you that know, and they can visit you here. Maybe they'll visit you in your dreams. Maybe they'll visit you in visions. Maybe you'll just get synchronicities, serendipities. But this is what you have to tell yourself is true for you. When I walk down the beach, I see this pathway of light out in front of me. The Maya saw time as a path of light with man's footprints. And it means that time is simply a path of light. And what we decide, what we bring to it is what is shown to us. So you receive the world and what happens through your beliefs, through who you think you are and what you want. That means, are you craving a lot of money? Then you'll feel better. Are you craving a soulmate? Then you'll be happy with your life. Are you craving, harmonious relationships? You want them, and then say you want them, and then step into having them and start to see what it feels like and call on your future self and stop wanting it, because that creates time and space between you and what you want. So as a priestess, you bend time, you bend reality, and you travel through it. And there's many ways to do that, but you don't have to be a shaman like I am and travel through space and have to be able to see what's happening for people and help them to see it. You do this for yourself by surrendering to those parts of you that know. And in whatever way it comes, the more you're grateful. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what you gave me. Maybe you gave me an answer. Yes, you did give me an answer. Okay, I'm going to be grateful. Always thank you, because the end result is there. You use these powers in this way when all the evidence around you says that's not true. When I say I am a Hay House author, they say, well, do you have a backup plan if that doesn't happen? That doesn't make sense. When you stand in your power, when you say, I'm doing this, it makes absolutely no sense to say that. Well, what do you mean? Why am I putting my energy on that? Now, I'm prepared if we miss the plane and Chris needs to make sure he has food, or I have to go somewhere with air conditioning. Like, if there's serious things that have to be taken care of in a timely manner, of course I can be prepared for that. But I don't live in fear of it. I don't feed it. I don't expect it. I don't talk about it. Don't expect bad things to happen. What I realized at some point was I was working very hard to build my business. I was learning to have more flow, self-acceptance, self-love. And I was able to put myself out there more, and I was getting on more stages. But guess what I was doing? I was showing up everywhere and dragging around this baggage in the low part of my sacral that said, you're unwanted. You're not good enough. They'll discover that eventually. You'll be betrayed. You'll be disowned. You'll be unwanted. You'll be whatever. Okay. So I'm describing, I didn't know it at the time, right? But this is one of the deep core beliefs that I brought into this life, and I played out now. And deep layers a few months ago of I'm unwanted came up through my ceremonies. And so that's why I do my spiritual work all the time. I want to know what this is saying. I don't want to avoid it. I may not be ready. It may have to take a day or two or a week before I can get to that challenge. And yet I'm not going to ignore any part of me, because I have to step into it. And the agreement is the universe will take care of me, will support my purpose, because I agreed to go on a mission, and that mission is fully funded. Let's take that deeper, take that out of a cliche that's really cool, and say that means that if I step onto my spiritual path more, I will be provided for. There will be new monetary opportunities. There will be people on that path. There will be clients on that path. There will be friends. There will be partners. There will be whatever is needed. Then I step onto that path. Are you stepping onto a path in your life for anything and expecting and knowing it's there without fear, without doubt, without carrying that niggling thing like, well, probably we'll all blow up at some point and there'll be a consequence? You've got to look at that deeper energy, and that's what the priestess can see. So a long time ago, some of my clients would say things like, you have X-ray vision, or you can see directly through my words and my emotions or whatever, to the heart of the problem, to the core of it. And that's just a developed skill. It's because of all the years of my own pain, and then me asking for solutions. And what's underneath that was my favorite question. Okay, what's underneath that? Well, what's underneath that? And to me, that meant like, what's the next layer? What else is there? The reality is hidden from our senses and from our conditioning and from our ancestors' beliefs. And it's right here. It's at our fingertips. It's so, so, so stunning when you start to actually understand that when someone says it's already done, it's already here, you don't have to work for it, you don't have to wait. Huh? We're programmed for that. So you're unprogramming, and that may get in the way. You may trip up over those pants that you dropped, but you haven't taken them all the way off and they're around your ankles, or you're trying to move forward. So, okay, so let's go ahead and, hi, Christine. The first money will come as you align. Exactly. Like you declare it, you see it, you step into it, and then you take actions towards it. You have to take these actions. So when I help people manifest a retreat, you know, the idea is, can I, will I, how do I can't, this person won't agree with me, that person won't give me money. Okay, if that's been your experience, I understand why you're saying it, but you're being a reporter. You're reporting what is and what was. What do you want to ask for? What do you want to tell the universe? What do you want to declare? What do you want to order? What do you want to call in? Do you want to just drive up to that drive-through window and have them slap the same shit in your face? Or do you want to drive up and say, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. My husband paid for my whole trip. And he was actually happy about it. He said, I don't understand it, but I want you to be happy. Here, go. Don't worry about it. Whatever it is, that miracle exists. But if you try to figure it out with your mind, you're missing all the time, all the ones that are open right now. If you dial into your authority, you let these other parts of you, you let your intuitive body do the work. You trust that you're not the one that has to figure it out. In fact, you have to be centered. You have to be receiving. You have to be in that flow. You have to really get in your sacred feminine, because the intuitive hit is like, why on earth did I leave the apartment I had overlooking the beach in the jungle in Playa del Carmen, and people would come and we'd have the parties and it would be like, why would you ever leave this? And I never wanted to. And then both of us started getting some kind of inner knowing. I can't tell you. I didn't see a vision. A master didn't appear to me and say, oh, you must go on this path now. I didn't download a digital, crystal with a projection like in Tomb Raider, it really wasn't that mystical. It was just, we kept having this inner knowing, like, we're meant to move. Where are we going to move? I don't know. And it made me look. I didn't even know this place existed. I didn't know what Merida was. It was not that far from me, but I hadn't looked at it. In my reality, it didn't even exist. It required that inner, what's that all about? Well, I don't know. And I started to follow a map around the edge because I have to live on the beach. So I didn't give up. Oh, I want to live on the beach. I'm living at the beach. I said, hey, I'm living at the beach. I'm looking at the beach. This has been my dream my whole life. I'm not giving it up. Where can I go? Where are you calling me to? What is the next step for our spiritual path that has that? So every day, every decision, where I move, whether I took a job, when I start my classes, for you, what day you go on vacation, this should all be a community decision based on you and your spirit, by you looking at all the elements. Should I be going, signing a contract on, or how about like something with debt relief on during Mercury retrograde? No, don't do anything during Mercury retrograde you don't want to repeat. But if you want to repeat it, then do it. I'm going to go on vacation during Mercury retrograde, because that means I get to repeat it again. It's just one of those little energy tools that you start embedding in your basket, embedding in your life. Oh, of course, always the spirit guides are here. Always the animals are talking to me. Always people on my path are harmonious. Okay, harmonious. So I'm going to share a couple of things with you quickly. This is my new article, and I appreciate it if you go read it. There's no way to like it. I did ask them. A lot of people were saying, I don't know how to like it. You can go on to social media, and apparently Awaken Magazine has, they told me there you could comment or you could like it. So that's because we're doing this topic today. I wanted to show you. So this entire article is a channeled download that I did. And then when it was done, I got the inspiration to do this. Okay, I did. I was like, where did I go? I did stop sharing. Good. Okay. And then I got the download to do this summit that I am designing now. I'm recording right now, and this will come out in September. And so I'll show you that real quick. So the idea of the rise of the return of the priestess is that we are the wisdom keeper of the divine feminine essence, and it's time for us to remember and to tune our bodies and to believe ourselves. It's 1313 right now. Woo, that's some magic right there. So it's a sacred call for you to raise your intuition and all the things we've been talking about. And I have a lot of speakers coming, and I did the opening, recorded it yesterday, and it's like crazy powerful. So it was basically based on our topic today. So I'm going to share a little bit about that, and the one that will come through the summit. There's a lot of things going on here. Okay, there we go. Is different than the article because I bring it through as a guided journey. So I'm speaking to you, and you're going through it. You're claiming. So that won't come out until about 8th of September. So, but you do have the article. So let me share now. On here, I don't think I can switch between things. So, okay. So tomorrow, remember tomorrow that we will have Maria on, and you know that we're doing a retreat with her, and there's a few spots left, and it's a really, not just because of all the cosmic energies, but to be with her in this way. She's really growing. She's on Gaia TV. She's on a lot of things, and she's got wisdom and knowledge, and she's a druid and dear sister, and she brings an incredible magic when you go there in a sacred way with somebody who knows that the priestesses were there, that knows where the goddess temples were, that knows that this stone heals you and this stone cleanses you and this stone opens a portal to your past lives or something. This is the kind of thing that happens on these sacred retreats. You definitely reclaim your powers. You definitely heal. You pick up key codes. You go through different things. So one of the things is today, the rise of the Everyday Priestess. Thank you, Chris, for your beautiful artwork. And then next week, Donna will be on talking about the eclipses. Really important to get ready for these eclipses. So many big things happening. I'm also going to be doing a new moon show next week. And then my retreat is before the Stonehenge one with Maria, and you can come to both. I highly recommend it. And it's sort of like a preparation. But here we're going on a pilgrimage, and we are going into the heart of the priestess, and we're going into the heart of the earth in Avalon. We're activating our heart. We're going with these beautiful priestess energies to remember this is a sacred life. This is a sacred path. How do I walk in my everyday life this way? So it's going to be a perfect blend of that, bringing that intuitive self from the Pisces in through Virgo energies into your life, into you. And we're going to be doing all kinds of beautiful magic and love and happiness. And that's the class that you can go check out. So, okay, now that's over. Let me stop that one, and we'll go back over here, and I'll share one more time. So we'll wrap up in a moment. Okay. So we'll just start with the beginning. If you want to take a deep breath in, come into the now moment. Feel yourself in the now moment. Declare that I am in the now moment. Where am I? I am in the now moment. Breathe out, revealing the now moment. My breath is a tool. I put my words, thoughts, and intentions into it, and it melts doors, dissolves mountains, and reveals secrets. Now take a deep breath in. Take a breath in, close your eyes, breathe yourself into this temple, see and feel it all around you. You are in a sacred temple. I always create it, but this is a moment you get to tune in and blow that breath out with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It pulses through the body and you watch it, you bless it, you multiply those blessings every time it hits an atom, it hits a cell, it fractalizes, it turns into a new prism, a new field of possibility, and blessings multiply down to the tiniest part of you and into every chakra and out into your world, goes into your aura, your mind, and then through the earth and through the stars, through the clouds and the buildings. And take a deep breath in and say, I am here because I chose to be here. I chose to be here at the return of the wise ones because I am a wise one. Take that breath and blow it out with intention. Now watch that breath. You know you've just created something. That's a truth. That's a reality. You trust it. You know, you watch it. You see it. You ask the energies, the powers, the colors, the mystics, the gods, the goddesses, everything to go to it, your power animals to infuse it, to take it exactly where it needs to go, out, out, out in the field. And then you feel gratitude, completion, truth, blessing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it multiplies and starts to come back to you. That is on its path. Now I take myself in here. Now come deep within you. I'm here to reclaim my everyday priestess. I'm here to walk within myself, to honor the sacred, to honor every energy that's around me, consciously or unconsciously. Only what is optimal in the moment will rise to me. And I agree to notice it. I agree to call it, thank it, and look for it. I agree to develop my relationship with the elements, to develop my relationship with all of these cosmic moments and portals and points. I agree. This is me stepping through, stepping out, opening this door. I answer the great stirring in the soul of the world because it is coming from me. The ancient voices deep within me, they're calling. A sacred remembering is vibrating, sending messages out from the cells, from the hips, from the bones, from the heart chakra, from the crown. All different aspects vibrating now, remembering, multiplying. I am here for a return to ancient wisdom. I am here to remember that I embody, I know how to use, co-create, and amplify eternal truths. Let them awaken within me now. I declare now. Now is the moment I receive. Now is the moment I ask. Now is the moment that I reclaim my personal power, my words, my thoughts, my touch, my deeds, my choices. They are my everyday wands going out, creating the reality, infusing people, places, things, ideas, money flow, opportunities. I wish to now align with the sacred lineages of priestesses, sacred women, sacred feminine, sacred knowledge in any form, in any shape, in any way that is optimal for me to remember, that will heal and align me at a whole new level of divine light, infinite wisdom, and love. Now I wish to call on and connect to the priestesses that are rising, me and others. the medicine women, the midwives, those that walk with spirit, those that walk the realms, power animals, shamanic retrievals, rituals, sacred geometrists, oracles, seers, midwives, sacred architects, leaders, queens, priestesses, grandmothers. Come to me in my dreams, come to me through transmissions, come to me through stones, circles, buildings, sacred sites, trees, water, the sun. Unwrap and unravel my DNA that the divine feminine may awaken from her long slumber. Send out the message that I am ready to walk the stars again. I'm ready to do the solar rituals again. I'm ready to receive, retrieve, and renew and reinstall those parts of me. The ancient and future wisdom is meeting and merging within me. The rainbow path is here, Ishel and white buffalo calf woman. They bring that rainbow tribe back together. The wisdom from all paths is revered here. The sacred intuitive, the light weaver. All levels of wisdom and knowledge arrive into this moment. Open and receive. Welcome and declare. Thank you, we are one. Thank you, we are one. Thank you, we are one. We are returning to speak our truth, to manifest through love, ease, and grace, to never chase or compete. We are here to align and remember. I never left. My power never left. My truth never left. The abundance never left. It's always been standing right here next to me. And I never left. And Source never left. I'm not forsaken. I am strong. Gather your pearls, gather your gems, gather your wisdom up. It's time to move out. You're no longer an apprentice. You're stepping onto the path of the priestess. You are now everyday flow. You are supported in every moment, in every way that is optimal. Expect it, accept it, walk with that feeling. It is being put in your hands. It is redirecting your mind. It is healing and opening your heart. It is activating your creativity in your womb. It is aligning you with serendipities, doors, people, places, money, things, all of these. Yet you must declare it and step onto the path. You cannot stay where you are. You cannot hide in weakness. You cannot declare that you are not enough. You cannot think that being the priestess, being the divine, communicating with abundance, flowing with ease is for someone else, and then wish something was different. Let go. Forget. Turn your back on all of it. Open your heart, open your mind, open your arms, and receive. Receive yourself. Receive your glowing, beautiful, divine, feminine, wise self. You and you and you, the maiden, the mother, the crone. You and you and you, the body, the spirit, the mind. You and you and you, the past, the present, the future. You are the crossroads. You are the melting point. You are the attractor factor. You are the center. Now step into you and then forward from you with this certainty and feel those streams of light that have been downloaded, connected to you, and you will walk forward now, and then now, and then now, declaring your life in harmony, grace, peace, and abundance, filled with spiritual purpose, aligned with channels that bring abundance that benefit all involved, doing what you naturally love and meeting others on that path as well. I am a blessing. and I am deeply blessed, and I receive it. I am abundant, prospered, supported, loved, seen, revered, and paid. Everything I could possibly need is always provided for me. And my end of the agreement is to be me, to remember my powers. And I do that now. I declare that now. And that from this moment forward, I will use my magic and my words and my thoughts and every tool I have towards declaring this until it manifests around me, towards insisting this no matter how much the outer world denies the existence of what I am declaring. I am the power. I am the creative agent. I am the channel of the divine. I declare, I choose, I accept, and so it is. Harmonizing, transcending, and landing now into a beautiful path of luminous light and love. From this moment forward, you will see and feel stronger whispers. Your dreams will become prophetic. You are here on a divine assignment, and you made a promise to the universe. This is the secret your soul has held from you. You are a wise one, choosing to remember and embody a purpose. Woo! Fun, fun, fun! Wonderful. All right. Well, please give me some feedback on that. That was delicious and juicy and perfect. Everything was perfectly aligned. So thank you. I want to just be present in this moment with this beauty for a moment. When you realize how rich, abundant, safe the present moment is, instead of constantly trying to find something else out there, rushing for this, thinking about other things you can do, worrying if what to do if something doesn't happen, entertaining that alternate reality, giving it any life, bringing it to life, calling it forward, conjuring it out of the field. It already exists. You could go on a trip and it could suck, and you could go on a trip and it could be the best thing ever. You get to decide, right? Everything is here now. We are in sacred space. On this sacred day, we give thanks to the wise Maya within me. We give thanks to the flower of life, spherical consciousness, constantly bringing me back to my center. We give thanks on this day of Kawak, storm, a beautiful sacred feminine sign, a sign of great power, of thunder and rain. But the drops of sunshine and the drops of water, the drops of drought and the drops of flood, they all exist. Everything is here. Life is beautiful, powerful, weak, and ready and unformed all at once. Everything just is. So don't plan and don't fear and don't doubt, and let this day wash away anything that's telling you you need to rush or chase. Do a rain dance to bring yourself alive. Do a rain dance to call the silver sacred rains from the ethers to rain down on you what? Healing, love, time. Melt and dissolve something with this beautiful energy, because Kawak is a very powerful divine energy that is pure fluidity. If you think about rain, but you also have electricity, and you also have a sound, you have all these elements that create. Is thunder like sound healing? Yes. Is the sound of rain sound healing? Yes. Is the rain on your skin or the energy of the rain medicine? Yes. Does the lightning Do something. Is it activating the Koyopa, the Kundalini in your blood? What if you tuned into this day and you realized all these things I've been feeling about my Koyopa in my blood, the lightning in my blood, this wise electrical energy feels like that. And now I have opened this door to something I didn't know. It's kind of giving me a little droplet of understanding. I don't need to know everything. Everything is here. It will be delivered to me in the right place at the right time in the right moment. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. This day represents women. It represents women as children, as mothers, as grandmothers, as cooks, as high priestesses, everything, you name it. And it represents those aspects, maiden, mother, wise one, or sage, I prefer to call it. This is sisters, healers, mothers, nurses. And this is you as those roles in this life, you in other lives. Lives you don't remember, doesn't matter. Other people who play these roles in your life, could you give them love and respect? Could you go back and bless them if you paid them grudgingly, or if you were angry with them that they weren't there for you, or that they really helped you through a difficult time, and you just feel like you could give them a little more blessing, a little more love now, because you've tapped into your intuitive powers. You know how to call on the elementals. You can bless people now. You can create more abundance in your life, but you don't do it by hoarding. You do it by trusting. You do it by learning to be in the moment. You do it by learning to speak to everything because it's already here. And it's ready to be here. So this day is full of massive, massive energies. And we're talking about approaching eclipses and a very powerful new moon at 0 Virgo. That's then going to go to 29 Virgo. And in the middle of it, the moon's going to be at 15 degrees Pisces. And that's a critical degree too. It's exactly in the middle. So this is like one of the things like, whoa, right? So connect to the power of nature. Feel it moving through you right now. Call on the thunder beings. Call on the power of Zeus, of that life force of bringing life to something. You know, the sacred feminine does it in a certain way, but so does a lightning bolt, right? It's like ignites it. And storms, what happens in a storm? I don't know, right? At the center of the storm, there's calm. And everything else is getting jumbled up, mixed up. Is that perfect for this day? Is it time for that storm to move through your mind, through your clutter, through your resistance, through your lack of love? So these are the ways that you incorporate this into your daily life. Find the things that you love. I love I've been studying them for 6-7 months now, a little bit on and off before that, but the days, so every day before the day starts, usually the night before, they say that the 1 day sign is fading and the new day sign is coming in. So I start at sunset, calling in the new day, thanking that day carrier, that energy, talking to the sacred feminine number, the energies that are coming, thanking them for coming and enhancing my day, and thanking the energies that are going out. So storms can clear things. You can have that incredible clarity afterwards, clear air afterwards. You know, it brings different frequencies, that ions, right? So everything energetically doesn't have to be in the physical world. Whatever you see in a storm, that's possible today, but not a destructive storm. This is a storm that you communicate with. You don't fear the elements as a priestess. You don't fear any of these things. You respect them. You understand that they have power. You understand that they are masters. You understand that if you ask them to come to you, or if a jaguar shows themselves to you, that is an honor and you respect it. But you never, ever just surrender to whatever. Allow the storm be directed through you. Now, it's also an 8 day today, and 8 is a beautiful day number for the Maya too. It is that infinity. It is that pillar of light from the above and below. It is a balance. It is a flow. So take all of those things and take what we got today and see from this moment forward, with every step, everything you do, every decision you make, go out and stand in that. Am I aligned with my power? Am I listening? Am I going out quickly to rush something or to do it in the old way? Or am I standing here and walking as that priestess, walking as the wise one, looking within, thinking about it, allowing the answers to line up, getting out of desperation into receptivity, getting out of need and craving into complete acceptance? Then everything is there for you. That's the moment the tipping point happens. I realized when I said, well, what's the difference between what I'm doing now on my path all the time? I'm teaching. I am a spiritual teacher. I am doing all this stuff. Do I take another class? I didn't ask that, but that kind of idea. But I knew immediately, I was like, okay, thank you. But I knew immediately, well, this is no ordinary person asking me something that I can go, well, you don't understand who I am. I'm talking to the masters of light. I'm between the worlds. I've been doing ceremony like 6, 7, 8 times in a couple of months, really in the same place, opening that portal. This is not casual meditation in the morning to feel happy for the day, which is powerful as well. So then when I gave it the respect, I spent the rest of the ceremony and since then pondering what that means. So the key is self-realized. You take that, you put whatever word after it you want to be. Self-realized mom, self-realized woman, self-realized happiness spreader. You don't have to have this big mantle of I'm going to be a shaman or whatever. In fact, please don't worry about that. That's just where I am on my journey. But that commitment, what changed within me was I felt it. I felt it. It was a knowing. I saw the teacher. I heard it. I said, okay, yes, of course. I did the initiation. And then I said, wonder what the difference is. And I immediately started to feel it. And I felt it in my cells and my bones. And I can feel it right now because it was like, well, I'm a teacher and I got to teach. And what is my next class going to be? And where am I going to find more clients? And how can I do this? And I'm really working hard and I can't wait till it's this way. That might be the way that you would be operating if you were a spiritual teacher online now, right? You stand up and you go, oh, I'm self-realized. Know thyself. Now I'm standing inside of me. Well, I can't be running around doing all that crazy, strange stuff if I'm supposed to be self-realized. And when I realize who I am, then I have to be that. So it's like somebody opening the door and saying, you're the chosen one. Guess what? Like Neo in the Matrix, like, no, I think you got the wrong guy. Like, no, you're the one. And you don't know that you're the one, but you are the one. And you'll know that you are the one when you are the one and you're in the situation, but you got to step through that door. You got to take that blue pill, red pill, whatever it was, right? So this is very, very engaging story to show us exactly what's going on. And so enjoy this. Look for more ways you can tune into the energies of the day. If you like the Mayan thing, get an app for that. If you like, herbs and plants, there's a flower of the day, there's a flower of the month. There's the flower that you see when you first walk out your door. Maybe that flower. One thing I love about the Maya that comes to me a lot in channeling now is that they have carvings of paintings and art of a flower coming out of the mouth. They have long tongues coming out, which is not evil at all. In fact, it's abundance. It's like here, there's ones where jaguars are holding your heart and they're licking it and it's loving. It's like if you've ever had a cat that licks you, it's like a mother and takes care of you and holds you. And then it frees you. It's freeing your heart. It's holding your heart safe. And it's saying, loving it and letting you release the darkness in your heart. They have flowers coming from the mouth because the masters know their word is law. They know their word immediately becomes form. And therefore they see and feel and carve all over the walls and everywhere else, flowers coming. That word immediately turns into a blossom. Okay, I gotta go. You gotta go. Fantastic. Woo, good. I'm glad you needed this today for reinforcement of things I've been practicing. You're so welcome. Yes, I'm aligned with my soul's purpose. Thank you so much for this gift. Oh, you are, Cheryl. You're such a dear. You're just one of those incredible blessings in my life. I'm so honored to have known you for so long and to have seen ourselves go through so many different incarnations. And Cheryl's a dear and amazing woman who manifested literal miracles last year to come to our UK retreat and is at it again, because when you do it, when you say, I've got to go to that retreat and I don't know how, but I'm going to figure it out, and all kinds of magic and miracles, and you got to step into this power, you can't let go and say, oh, it's not going to happen, and interrupt your flow. Now, if you want to get there, she's just mastered that. Then you leave and you realize, oh, I have the powers. If I did that, I could do something else. Now she's manifesting new miraculous things, which I hope you will tell me about when they are coming. So all of you have within you a map, and that map is available, and you have love and support all around you. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or where you are. So I would love for you to go into this day, share this. Please tell people about this. Please let me know if there's a show or a channel that you think I can be on. And then, other than coming for the retreats, checking out the money class, I want to share, we're going to be having an advanced money manifestation class. We're going to get out to you soon. We're going to be having some intuitive practice classes. And we have our December retreat, which is really sacred. If you feel drawn to prepare for the sacred fire in 2027, this is a peaceful era that you have to prepare your light body and your spiritual essence for, in order to raise yourself to the frequency that you will walk through that era in peace, and not with the war boys over here and girls and stuff. So please let me know how else I can serve you. And I love feedback, not just let's send love everywhere. So let's go ahead and amplify this energy, this wisdom, this knowledge, this strength, this decision, this commitment, this self-love, everything that is beautiful and wonderful. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Multiply through grace, multiply through joy, multiply through light, multiply, 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 multiply. Now we're going to send it out. And like confetti of flowers and petals that explodes and comes down over the whole planet, and down onto us and into us and everyone else, and into the center of the planet. I receive, I give, I'm in abundant flow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, and our circle is open. It's never broken. My heart stays connected. And I'm ready to create as the everyday priestess. And so it is. And it is done, and we are done. And thank you. Bye-bye. Love you. Hugs and love. Lisa, 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 Lisa. Hi, Corinne. You're so welcome. So Leek Rose. Wow. Well, that's a name. You are something else. I love that analogy. Flowers becoming blossoms. Yes. Right? Hi, Jessie, came in at the right time. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Catch the beginning. Really beautiful. And everybody, thank you for multiplying this information within yourself and sharing it into your world. The more you embody this in who you're being, not trying to tell other people what to be, but who you're being, it will change